and wondered and parsed through every single detail, let alone the notes themselves, and wondered what this jury was thinking. Well, now we know from a hung jury, Jeremy, just 24 hours ago, to all of a sudden no longer hung, and now acquittal on the highest charge, RICO.
That's why I don't be going to the puffy parties. Nigga hug you for the back at the same time.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social. No.
Did he really just beat the RICO charges, only to now come charging straight at 50? Yup. He's ready to face the man who's been tearing him apart publicly, dragging him on every platform, and even funding a whole damn movie on his downfall. And insiders close to 50 Cent are now whispering he might be putting on that tough guy face, but behind the scenes? He's seriously shaken by what might come next. In case you missed the chaos, Diddy just walked away from the most serious charges. Not guilty on RICO and X-transportation, a brutal loss for prosecutors and a massive win for him. What's left? Just 2 counts tied to illegal adult conduct. Still a big deal, but not the kind of thing that's going to bury him in prison. One legal expert broke it down. Even though the Mann Act can carry up to 10 years, Diddy is probably looking at time served, or something real soft. The estimated sentence? Somewhere between 15 and 21 months. So yeah, he's coming home. And when he does, his first stop is 50 Cent. Because since that RICO charge hit the floor, 50 has been roasting him without mercy. Remember back in September 2024 when federal agents raided Diddy's house and allegedly found more than 1,000 bottles of lube stacked up like some twisted, shiny shrine? 50 wasted no time. He jumped on X and clowned him hard. Here I am chilling with a Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube in my house. And trust, that was just the beginning. He dropped insane AI skits. Had Diddy and Jay-Z looking like Sims characters locked in jail, punished, pixelated. And then came the big one. 50 rolled out a full-on Netflix-style documentary trailer titled, Diddy Do It. Like, this man literally carved out a side hustle just trolling Diddy's entire collapse, frame by frame.
Which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
I know
you've been heavy on social media.
And when Cassie stepped into that courtroom in May 2025, jaws dropped. Her testimony. Explosive. And of course, 50 Cent couldn't help himself. He jumped online and reposted the People headline with the caption, "Damn, he did all that just to go out like this. Shaking my head. This is crazier than regular crazy." Then, just to twist the knife, he posted a statue of a cherub literally peeing, with the line, "Diddy said, in your mouth." Yeah. 50 was relentless. He's been on Diddy's neck ever since the cuffs clicked. And honestly, he went so hard because no one thought Diddy would ever see the outside again. But now, the tables just flipped, and not everyone's buying it. Some folks are straight up calling cap on that acquittal. Word in the streets is Diddy pulled another classic move. Allegedly slid money under the table, greased a few palms, bought silence, and played the hush money game like a pro, just like always. During the heat of the trial, prosecutors brought the heavy artillery. First up, Cassie. She wasn't just a witness, she was the witness. She testified that she was dragged into twisted, degrading acts during Diddy's infamous freak-offs. And then there's the hotel hallway video from 2016. Yeah, the one where Diddy allegedly swung on Cassie in public. Supposedly, he paid the hotel to bury the footage, but the streets got it anyway. Damage done. That weak apology video? People could smell the PR team behind it.
Behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
And then came the darkest part. In 2018, Cassie testified that Diddy R-worded her in their own living room. She said he tracked her movements like a predator, had her phone bugged, and even threatened to kill her if she ever opened her mouth.
You know, these physical, one thing that stood out to me that she said was if she made the wrong face, the next thing I knew I was getting hit in the face. And she said he controlled almost every aspect of her life. He gave her essentially busy work, a to-do list, so he would know what she was doing at all times. If he couldn't reach her, he was incessantly texting her until someone...
But it gets even sicker. Cassie claimed Diddy forced her into sexual acts with male workers, and both Jonathan Audi and someone known only as the Punisher backed up her story completely.
Yeah, so I didn't get the instructions from him, but it was instructions from her, like specifically. Every time I did it, I had to in or around the outside of her box. Like, so on the lips, everything, and to that degree, on the outside of her.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave.
And those tapes that got played in court. Straight up insane. But here's the plot twist. Diddy's legal team spun that story like pros. They flipped the whole thing on its head, claiming every single thing was consensual. Said the women were down for it, willingly. According to them, it wasn't abuse, it was just billionaire freak energy. And when the money dried up, the regrets showed up. In fact, one of the jurors even went on a press tour and started
some very graphic images, videos. You heard very sexual and graphic details. What was that like, hearing that? And how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic. And, but I think overall, you know, we were looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and, eye-opening.
What did you see on the videos? You know, the press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were showing some of the, well, I mean, it was both the freak-offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was,
what did they show in those videos?
They showed, well, again, you know, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, you know, just Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that?
The defense showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in activity?
Yes.
For the prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise, what were you seeing then?
There was activity, but I mean, it wasn't really...
Was it force?
No, it didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
Really?
Yeah. It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff.
Then came the Jane Doe moment. They tried to paint her as a straight-up clout chaser. Even Kid Cudi's testimony got brushed off like it was irrelevant noise. Diddy's squad told the jury it was all just one big misunderstood freak show, the kind of wild rich people fantasy the average person just doesn't get. And guess what? It might have worked. Because somehow, someway, Diddy's RICO charge was officially dismissed. The streets are buzzing now. Word is, he's about to get bail any day. But even after that shocking acquittal, 50 Cent? He's still clowning. The second that verdict hit, 50 posted an AI-generated selfie of himself laughing, with the caption, "Diddy beat the RICO. That boy is a bad man. He's like the gay John Gotti." And it didn't stop there. He even aimed at Diddy's defense lawyer, posting, "Hey ish head tail puff. I said, keep paying rent, or Jane won't show up for the appeal." Then added, "Mark, your closing was so trash people think you're working for me." Brutal. And as if all that trolling wasn't enough, 50 says the Netflix doc is still on the way. He's calling it Diddy's Freaky Fallout, and he's planning to donate the profits to survivors. Now that Diddy has dodged the biggest charges, the question is, what's next? Is he really about to walk away squeaky clean? Or is another bombshell indictment already loading? And if he does walk, will 50 Cent keep up the same savage energy? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're riding with this unfiltered heat, don't just scroll. Smash that like, hit subscribe, and stay locked in for the next jaw dropper that's already cooking.